everybody, and welcome to the next episode of our Graduate Vodcast series. Today I am joined by Accountancy graduate Aine McDonnell. Aine is going to give us an insight into her time at AIT and how the skills she joined with us here at AIT have brought her to the workforce. So hi Aine, how are you today?
Hi Claire, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How's work?
Good, yeah. Busy as always, but good, yeah.
Brilliant, good stuff. So Aine, we're going to take it right back to your time with us here at AIT. How did you find your 3 years of accountancy here at AIT?
So I suppose when I think back on my time in AIT, you know, it's very happy memories. I started in 2008. I joined the Bachelor of Arts in Accounting. It wasn't something that had always been, you know, some people say, oh, I always wanted to be an accountant or whatever. That wasn't, you know, I think for a lot of students equally, they don't really know the career path they're going to take. I got some good career advice, career guidance advice in Leaving Cert, and I suppose that kind of got the ball rolling for me in researching colleges that provided an accountancy course. And when I was looking at colleges, you know, okay, the course is one thing, you know, for some students, there's a few different things that are important to them. I myself, if the option was available, I wanted to commute to college, you know, so there was great parking facilities there on site. For others, it might be, you know, they might be looking to move away. There's great accommodation availability as well for AIT. I think location-wise, it's a super college. When I looked into the course then, obviously, the modules that were provided were so vast, you know, they covered a lot of different areas, and there was options to kind of branch out then, and that definitely, you know, was kind of where when I made my final decision to join AIT. Yeah.
Brilliant. And Aine, how did you find the modules in college? Were they difficult? Did you find them easy to adjust from all the modules or the subjects that you took for the Leaving Cert?
No, definitely. I found it easy to adjust. You know, it can be daunting for, you know, moving from secondary school in anyway, without the added pressure of, you know, more difficult modules or classes as they were. Definitely the transition was, you know, I found that very smooth. I never, you know, remember struggling and being on my own, if that makes sense. You know, of course you're going to have, you know, classes or topics that you're going to struggle slightly on, and that you'd have to give some time, extra time to. I vividly remember leaving the lecture hall, and, you know, the lecturer would wait at the bottom of the hall for the students for any additional questions someone might have, or that was a great time to, you know, to say if you were struggling on something or had an additional question. And for a first year, that was so important, because I suppose it could have been quite daunting to ask something in a lecture hall. The lecture sizes themselves weren't overwhelming either. So that was something that was really helpful. Yeah, so no, definitely the transition was good.
Brilliant. And Aine, you actually went on and completed the Masters in Accountancy afterwards as well here at AIT. How did you find that course? Was it different compared to the undergraduate course, or did you find that the undergraduate course prepared you to go on and complete your studies onto your Masters?
Yeah, so definitely the degree prepared me. Now it was different, you know, the Masters was kind of, it was a little step up, but at the same time, excellent support. You know, it was one of the best decisions I have made going back to do my Masters. I know as part of the Masters, there was, you know, like a mock interview day held, those skills were imperative to, you know, going on then to apply for jobs and everything. There was a day out, a career day out in Dublin as well. And, you know, the Masters was definitely, you know, while a step up again, it was, you know, it was definitely achievable, and great sports there.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Aine, then obviously a huge part of AIT accountancy is the amount of exemptions that you get going on to complete your professional exams. Did you find that these exemptions stood to you going on and completing your studies even further again?
Absolutely. I think, you know, at the time when I was starting this course, exemptions, to be honest, I didn't even understand what exemptions I could get or I needed. It's something that I would definitely advise a student that's researching a college to look into what exemptions your course will provide at the end of that 3-year or 4-year course, what exemptions towards So for myself, I pursued an ACCA qualification, and the exemptions at the time, there was 14 exams to qualify in ACCA. I think that's changed now to 13 with the new layout. So by completing my degree, I had actually achieved 9 exemptions, which was super. I didn't at the time realise, but it was going on then to my 3-year training contract, that the benefits of that really stood out.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, Anya. And you're actually employed in a local business now, RBK. So how did you find the transition then from masters going on to complete your professional qualifications and then into the workplace?
Yeah, definitely the transition, went very smooth. Any RBK or any training firm, I suppose, they're well equipped to kind of assist with that transition. There's great supports around sitting your final exams, providing study leave for them, and surrounding all of that, the kind of, I suppose, what I would have been concentrating and learning on in my last years would have definitely fed straight into the work I was doing then as a first year, definitely.
Brilliant, Anya. And is there any fond memories that stand out for you as a student here at AIT?
There's loads. So fond memories, when I think back on AIT, I think of all the time we sat in the canteen watching the world go by, groups of friends. I mean, they're lifelong memories. You'll never forget, friends for life. We had, we would have been in different project groups, and I suppose people maybe don't like them separated into different groups. It's just kind of natural, that you would kind of stick with groups of friends that, at the time you kind of think, when you're being separated into different project groups, looking back, very fond memories. We made loads of friends through that. The lectures themselves, the actual lecturers were, they were great crack along the way. We had so much discussion, banter. I remember vividly going to my law lecture. You couldn't get there quick enough to have a chat and an argument and, about the different cases and everything. So lots of fond memories. The nights out then, obviously, you can't, talk about your student times without mentioning nights out. And Athlone had so much to offer as a student or a student.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's lovely that you can say that your fond memories are from not only the canteen, but you also have great memories with your lecturers, and then obviously the student experience side of college as well is obviously so important to anyone that's looking at research in a college. Like, you want to know that, you can have a great time in the canteen with your friends, but you can also build on a relationship with your lecturers too, and they're not like teachers and you don't feel pressured that you can't ask them questions.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant, Anya. So I think that a really nice way to look at your experience is you only have fond memories, I think, and everything that you learned through your accountancy degree at AIT has got you to where you are now, whether it's your exemptions, whether it's the skills that you've gained, but you've also gained lifelong memories, which I think is also so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't recommend the course enough that I did to get me to where I am today.
Brilliant. So Anya, I think we finish it up there. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was an excellent insight into accountancy, the excellent exemptions you get, and obviously the great student memories that you have here at AIT. So thank you so much for joining me today, Anya.
No problem. Thanks for having me.